Hey, it's Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of the syndicated talk show, People of Distinction. A talk that gives you an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, alcoleenterprises.com for more info. Email me through benji@alcoleenterprises.com if you'd like to get involved with what we have going. And as always, please continue to like and follow our broadcasts. People of Distinction is internationally syndicated solely due to the love and support that you all continue to give. We're available across all major distributors, and as long as you keep following, we're going to continue to put out the content. Now sit back and strap in, because on the line with us today, we have the impressive Julianna Newland. We're discussing her impactful book, All Up in Your Business, Managing Your Business Crap. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, most importantly, that's JuliannaNewland.com. Now, before I go any further, I want to quickly point out the fact that Julianna was brought to us by KravitzandSons. So for my writers out there listening in who have gone through their process and now you need some assistance moving that book you just worked tirelessly to create, head on over to KravitzandSons.com and gather all of the ways that their fantastic team is more than equipped to help you do just that. Man, let's be real for a second, okay? There is a new movement happening, or maybe it's not even a new movement, but there's a new movement that I have recently discovered that's called quiet quitting. Now, that's a new term for an old feeling, right? Just being completely over your job's daily nonsense. We're not ready to quit the job, but I'm just going to do what I got to do to collect my salary, and I'm going home. If that's resonating with you, all up in your business, man, it's a guide. It is a tutorial. It offers sage advice and even some craft cocktails to help you manage the business crap that you are experiencing. Julianna, welcome back to the network, and thank you again for being a guest. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me on your show.
Listen, it is a pleasure to have you back here. I think what you're hitting on is something a lot of people are resonating with right now. So many people, they find that their job has so much chaos, right? Whether it's the gossip in the office, the workload that's being thrust upon them, right? Your book is hitting on key elements while also adding some levity to the conversation, which I really think is important. Julianna, let's start off by learning a little bit more about yourself and your background.
Sure. I'm the oldest of five, grew up in a Catholic family and went to Catholic schools, educated by nuns. And let me tell you, when you're educated by nuns, you learn quickly how to speak correctly and write correctly. Then I went on to college, university at the University of Indianapolis. While I was there, I was the editor-in-chief of their newspaper for 2 years, and then graduated with a BA, double major, English and political science. I spent then a little over 30 years in management, 24 of them for Fortune 500 company. And in all these jobs, I did a lot of writing, and I love writing. And that after I retired, I decided to write the book.
Love it. Okay. I'm going to follow that roadmap that you've already given. What inspired you to write the book?
When I was working, I noticed so many, what you talked about, the craziness, the chaos, a lot of principles and practices and procedures that just struck me as being funny or nonsensical. And that's what a lot of the book contains, are things about performance management reviews, asking for a pay raise, the office hookup, and team meetings. And while it is written tongue-in-cheek and with humor, I do also offer advice for people who are trying to navigate these things, these processes and practices that occur at their job.
The book is entitled All Up in Your Business, Managing Your Business Crap. Pick it up today. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble. That's JuliannaNewland.com. My follow-up now, Julianna, I want to offer some advice for people listening in. What is some practical advice for someone who who needs to not be that chill coworker for a moment so that they can get what they need? How would they go about accomplishing that?
There are two ways, and I agree with what you said, but there are two ways in my opinion. Number one is that whether you're male or female, you have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to do that with your teammates, with your management, and always be speaking up for yourself, because otherwise you may get overlooked, which is most unfortunate. But also you need to find a mentor. I am a big believer and supporter of mentors, and I think that if you can find someone, male or female, to mentor you who's a little higher up on the ladder, that would be a very useful exercise and something that I think will gain you a lot of ground.
Julianna, listen, I teased it before with the cocktail recipes that are included in the book. I love the fact that you've added that in. Are they meant as a reward? Are they meant as a coping mechanism or even a form of liquid courage? Tell us, why did you incorporate that?
All of the above, Benji. I think that I incorporated these recipes for people who are having a hard day at the office, at work. They can make these craft cocktails, and they are all given business names or business monikers, such as networking, thinking outside the box. They're all recipes that were created for me by a bartender, and there are his original recipes, and I've tried some of the ones that he gave me that are in the book. My favorite is the lemon flavored cocktail drink, but I just thought that people would enjoy a little break, even when they're reading my book, which is not very long, and enjoy a cocktail.
I'm going to do that right after this discussion here, Julianna. As we start to close out, if you could send this book back to your younger, let's say 22-year-old self on her first day, which chapter would you suggest?
I think given the amount of people who work from home, either 5 days a week or 2 or 3 days a week, that chapter, it would be helpful for them, because there are certain things that they need to, in my mind, to be cognizant of, and that is, if you're working off-site, you need to continue to communicate with your leadership, with your management, and with your team, and just don't consider out of sight, out of mind. You don't want to be out of sight, out of mind. You want to be on their minds, and you want to be making sure, as I said before, that you advocate for yourself and make sure that they are aware of all of your projects and the things that you've done that have been successful.
Julianna, listen, this discussion has been enlightening. It has been a joy. It's been so much. Is there anything else you'd like to let our listening audience know before we let you go?
I thank you for mentioning where the book can be bought at Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com, and also my website, JuliannaNewland.com. There's a lot of good information on the website where they could read about awards that I've won for the book. And also, Benji, I haven't told you this, I've written a screenplay that is called All Up in Your Business, Managing Your Business Crap. And I won several awards for it in Europe and in the U.S. And hopefully, keep my fingers crossed, there'll be a studio that wants to make it into a TV show or a film.
Love that. Listen, it is not a surprise to me that it's receiving such high praise and accolades. What you've comprised here, I think, is something magnificent, Julianna. People, you already know, All Up in Your Business is waiting for you, man. Head on over there, grab your copy. Julianna, this has been a true pleasure. Such an honor. I really do mean that. Thank you once again for being a guest on People of Distinction.
Thank you very much, Benji. I really enjoyed this. I want you to take care and enjoy the Christmas holidays coming up.